Well, and I remember the first time I saw a fire tunnel, like I was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. If you don't know, a fire tunnel is instead of people standing on prayer lines or being at the altar, you get people on both sides, and they're facing each other, like almost like they can make a tunnel if they put their hands together at the top. And then we had people walk through, and then there would be sometimes the fire tunnels are very relatively tame. They're just like there's elusive blessing or some sort of, but sometimes they can get quite chaotic. And in our environment, they got pretty chaotic sometimes. People busting out of the tunnel and onto the floor and stuck places. So I remember telling you, like after that, the first one we ever did, I'm like, yeah, Bill, I'm not comfortable with that. And you're like, oh, Dan, you don't have to be involved. You just stand at the back, and as you feel comfortable, move closer. But it was like you never, like my job was never on the line. Like I got to get this or not. There was no coercion. No. There was nothing of that. It was just like, just taste and see. Just be in the room and where these things are happening, and see what the Lord does. And so that sort of freedom that you gave me, and that it wasn't groupthink or manipulation, was super. It helped me feel the integrity and the authenticity of your connection with Jesus, and that it wasn't about, hey, we're all doing this. Are you in or you're out sort of deal. But it was like we're just experiencing the Lord's presence, at the rate that He is, that we can, and that He's revealing Himself. And so I was always appreciative of your tenderness with me, with my big brain. I know it's not very big, but I think I like to live in my brain. So,
well, you may remember when we first started praying for people, ministering to people in the sanctuary there, we put them on lines or however we did it. We always kept a space in the back of several rows. I said, no, if you're not comfortable, but you want to observe, you're free to do that.
Yeah.
And so that's okay, because we all have a different pace by which we evaluate, we think through, we process, we dialogue with friends, we pray. And it just, you don't win anything by forcing people or manipulating them.
And as we said, we don't expect every church to look like us or to move in these things. And it takes a great variety and diversity of church experience and expression. Yeah. There was a season in my life when the reading the word, reading the whole liturgy together with the community was the most healing. I'd go into an Episcopal church and we would read the liturgy. No dynamic sermons at all, but I was saying aloud the liturgy, and it was healing to me in this time of brokenness or desperation I was in that moment.
That's
so
beautiful.
We need all sorts of expressions of church.
That's the point. We need a diversity. It's not just tolerated. It's there's some things pretty special there that we need to value. I agree.